Last December, the permanent observer mission of the Holy See to the United Nations Geneva hosted these two panel discussions in commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This report is about the dignity of life, a hot topic even today.
Although the Judeo-Christian tradition has known different emphasis and nuances over the centuries and has reacted to change cultural context, it has shown remarkable consistency about the central element of dignity. As emphasized by the Second Vatican Council, in particular Gaudium Spes section 1222, the Christian vision of this theme is based on the biblical witness, amply confirmed by patristic tradition, according to which man is created in the image and the likeness of God.
Your Excellency, how do we define dignity of life?
It should be something most obvious, no? Life cannot be touched, cannot be touched. So it means life as basically perceived as a gift, as a gift. Now, if you're religious, it's a gift of God. If not, something superior. One can say, in the theology, there is a statement that an absolute knowledge of every single human being without reference to his education is that every human being is absolutely convinced and knows that it was time when he did not exist. So it means being existence is somehow miraculous, no? That we exist. And this is the most deep, the most profound and most independent knowledge of human being. So it means life is something else.
So, not surprisingly, a first consequence of the legality of abortion, or the claim that it's a human right, has been the growth in its practice. In my own country, the United States, for example, it's conservatively estimated that the number of abortions doubled or tripled between the period immediately preceding the announcement by our Supreme Court of a right to abortion and the period that followed. Worldwide today, and again, it's difficult to get excellent figures, but it's estimated that there's at least 56 million abortions annually.
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states in its first article that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and that they are endowed with reason and conscience. With this affirmation, the Declaration adopts a clear anthropology. The human being is a rational and moral. Rationality and morality freedom are the foundation of the special dignity of the human being.
So the question is, do the United Nations human rights bodies strengthen the promotion and protection of human rights worldwide enough?
Well, I would say, as always, for the Holy See, we have to say a couple of things that are very important for the Holy See. We were very convinced that Universal Declaration is something very good. And we were always behind that. But we discovered in a certain period, probably in the last 20 years or 30 years, that certain ideas of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, as it was formulated 70 years ago, were modified by new ideas. These new ideas are so-called new rights. So it means all of a sudden we have such a new generation of human rights that can be considered certainly positive in terms of fighting against discrimination. As you know, we have certainly much less discrimination today or that we used to have even 10, 20 years ago. But on the other side are bringing difficulties because are introducing elements that were somehow not present at the beginning.
So it's all about framing. So I will argue that such a reframing is not a development, but rather is dialectically opposed to the framework of the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. And by reframing it, it introduces not development, but decline.
The panelists urged the international community and the United Nations to uphold the right to life, to family and to religious freedom, as was originally intended by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.